I've transformed sleepy little companies into global powerhouses, and you can too. I've annihilated the competition, and you can too. I've built hugely profitable global alliances, and you can too. The bottom line is, and I've done it, you can double your sales and you can triple your profits. Now, if that's what you want, and what CEO doesn't, there are 3 things you need to do. First, you have to work on you. You're probably the biggest reason your company isn't earning what it should. Second, you have to find your $1 million employees. Are they assets or liabilities? And third, you have to fire the ugly American and go global, unless you don't like the idea of doubling your prices. So let's talk first about working on you, the CEO. The CEO is always the single biggest reason a company only earns lackluster profits. Let me say that again. The CEO is always the single biggest reason a company only earns lackluster profits. Well, that's because the garden variety CEO, he's satisfied with the status quo. Or maybe it's more accurate to say he's afraid to mess with the status quo. But just remember, maintaining the status quo is what put General Motors into bankruptcy. Super CEOs, on the other hand, know that if the company is not propelling forward, it's falling backward. Now, the garden variety CEO won't confront underperforming executives because that's uncomfortable. But just remember, being a CEO is a contact sport, and you can't play a contact sport without the contact. The super CEO is not afraid to block and tackle. He builds and he maintains superstar teams. The garden variety CEO thinks everything is okay when everyone is doing their job. But just remember this, everyone was doing their job when the Titanic sank. The super CEO, on the other hand, he sees danger around every corner, and he's constantly preparing the company to meet that danger. So just remember this, garden variety CEOs, they earn meager profits. Super CEOs earn mega profits. Now let's talk about that $1 million employee. Every company has $1 million employees, a bunch of them. In fact, I would venture to say every one of your employees is a $1 million employee. But the question is, are they $1 million assets or $1 million liabilities? Because they're one or the other. There is no middle ground here. You know, you wouldn't believe the power of one single employee to propel your company to new heights or to drag it into the dirt. As a CEO, it's your job to see to it that every single employee in your company is a $1 million asset. Not just some of them, not most of them, but all of them. Now, your garden variety CEO, he'll tell you that's not practical. But then again, the garden variety CEO is satisfied with meager profits, and the super CEO is not. Now, the third and last thing you should know is this. You have to take your company global. The garden variety CEO won't do that because he's an ugly American. He thinks the world revolves around the United States. It doesn't. The garden variety CEO won't go global because he thinks it's complicated and expensive. It is. And the garden variety CEO won't go global because he thinks they talk funny and eat strange food over there. Well, they do. Now, those are all the reasons the garden variety CEO won't go global. But the super CEO, he knows there are 2 very good reasons to do that. 1, you could double your price in many global markets, especially in the less developed countries. And 2, you won't have much competition over there because your competitors are probably ugly Americans. They won't even show up. And don't think you have to be a big company to go global, because you don't. You can do what I've done. You can really transform your company into a global powerhouse. I can show you how. You really can unleash your company's true profit potential. And I can show you how. You really can go from meager to mega profits. And I can show you how. You really can become that super CEO. Let me show you how. You can visit my website, stevebluewebsite.com, or you can get on Amazon and buy my book that teaches these techniques. It's called Burnarounds, Unlocking the Double-Digit Profit Code. Thank you.